We'll call this regular meeting of the Mexico City Council to order. Would you please call roll?
Williams.
Yes.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
And Shivers is absent.
Dr. Shivers is sick and not here this evening. Next item will be the approval of the minutes of the September 26th regular session.
I move we approve the minutes.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is a public hearing. I move that we open the public hearing to consider renaming Garfield Park to Tyrone Lue Park.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Haig.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. Council, if you remember, you received a request to consider this renaming. You had referred it to the Parks Board, and here in a moment, we'll have our Parks and Rec Director report on what the Parks Board had discussed and recommended. This evening is just a public hearing, and after the public hearing, Council, if you wish to proceed with this, and then in 2 weeks, we'll have an ordinance prepared for you for consideration. So this evening is just public comment time. So at this time, we'll turn to Chad Shoemaker, Parks and Recreation Director, to report what the Park Board had discussed.
Thank you. As Bruce said, on June 27th, the council received a request from Dan Ertl to reconsider renaming Garfield Park to Tyrone Lue Park. The council members at that time recommended Mr. Ertl present his request to the Park Board for consideration. The Park Board did meet on July 11th to consider the request. We do have the chairman of the Park Board and the vice chairman of the Park Board both here tonight in case you have questions for them. After a lot of discussion and consideration, the Park Board unanimously moved to recommend that the name be changed to honor Mr. Lue in consideration of the continued support that he's given to the Parks Department and the citizens of this community. And with that said, we recommend that council proceed with the advertised public hearing.
Council have questions for Chad? Thank you, Chad. At this time, this is a public hearing. If you'd like to make a statement, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and try to hold your comments to 3 minutes. We are not voting on this tonight, in case you wanted to know.
My name is Darion Smith. Tyrone Lue, a man from Mexico.
What's your address, sir?
1725 Country Place Court.
Thank you.
Could you pull the mic up a little bit? Yeah, just, there you go.
Tyrone Lue, a man that grew up in Mexico, that was raised in a park named Garfield Park and now is a head coach for the LA Clippers. Tyrone has shown his love and support to Mexico by throwing fireworks shows for his community every year. He sponsored a Silence the Violence event in Garfield Park. He also sent home Clippers gear to give out free to his community. Tyrone has never looked over his community. He always showed his love and support, and always makes sure to rep where he comes from. Now let's honor Tyrone by showing our love and changing the name of the park that he grew up in to his name.
Thank you. Next.
Good evening. My name is Brent Sadler, 13281 Audrey County Road, Mexico, Missouri. Just to let you guys know, I'm new to the community. I've been here about 11 years. I can tell you that I was introduced to Tron just by who he was whenever I moved to the community. I had no idea who he was before then, I'm going to be completely honest. What he's done for the community, I don't think anybody's going to argue. It sounds like the Park Board is dialed in. I'm hoping I'm not going to piss too many people off tonight. I am sure that I have failed a test in school about Andrew Garfield at some point. I'm sure he was a great man. What I will tell you, what this young kid is doing for this community and the potential that he brings cannot be matched. Like I said, I'm here as a concerned citizen, but I have had the opportunity to meet him. I do know that he's real. I do stand behind him, and I can tell you that he is committed to the youth. In my 58 years, I've lived in several different communities, and all I hear is the champion call, let's do this for the kids. It's a great battle cry. It really is. If we want to do this for the kids, I think we put it to the vote to the kids, but I know that's not going to happen. I can tell you that I think that where the impact is going to come is from Tyrone, not from Mr. Garfield. So with that, sounds like you guys are on track. I appreciate the opportunity.
Someone else?
Mike Coolis, 1340 Morningside, Mexico. I'm currently the chairman of the Parks Board. During our July 11th meeting, we did discuss at length the proposal to update or change the name to reflect Teron Liu. We did vote unanimously in that. With his strong ties, devotion, and dedication to this community, I think it would be a great honor to update the name of the park for him.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Anyone else?
I just have a quick question. I know this sounds crazy, but about yard sale signs.
About what? We're only on Teron Liu.
Okay, I'm on, that's what I was asking, if I allowed to ask her or not.
No, that'd be
I'll call
TM.
later, that's all I'm asking. Thank you.
Anyone else want to make a statement about the renaming of Teron Liu Park?
Hi, my name is Art Bradshaw, 1023 East Monroe, Mexico, Missouri. I'm here for Denise Harrington. She had some things she wanted me to pass on to the board, and I'll just read what she has here. It says, Teron Liu has made a significant impact in the community and the park. We believe that Teron Liu represents community values and considers future generations of ethnic diversity. We believe the park will be more easily identified by citizens young and old, and the name, excuse me, and the name change is consistent with the values and characters of the neighborhood and community served. The name change will be compatible with the street name Teron Liu, which runs directly in front of the park. The request to rename Garfield Park is not to diminish the original justification for the name, discount the value of the prior contributors, or otherwise adversely affect the surrounding neighborhoods and community. She also had a petition, and I have here more than 200 names from people in the community that signed the petition that are in favor of renaming the park. Excuse me, I had a little problem coming up the steps today. I was running because I was late. But I've known Teron since he was just a little toddler, and he's like family. And I don't think we'll find a better person or a more deserving person to name the park after.
Okay, thank you.
And also it's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They'll join me on Monday to work.
Anyone else want to speak? Seeing no one else coming forward, I move we close the public hearing.
Second.
Williams?
Yes.
Hague?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Briggs?
Yes.
Next item under new business is an ordinances. Bill number 2022-55, an ordinance amending the code of the City of Mexico, Missouri, Chapter 12, Courts and Jails, Article 2, Municipal Courts Division 2, Procedure Section 12-72 of the Mexico City Code. Wow. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. The Missouri legislature passed a rule that said that we were to collect $3 for the Sheriff's Retirement Fund as part of court costs. At the time, the Municipal League, as well as a number of cities, expressed that this we didn't feel was appropriate because the Sheriff's Department has nothing to do with municipal court. Having that said, that did go on to the Missouri Supreme Court. The Missouri Supreme Court found that that was in fact true, that you should not be doing that. And therefore, in 2001, they reversed that decision. And then, of course, by the time everything got in place, we were notified then in April of 22 to discontinue collecting, which we did. And this ordinance now at this time amends the Mexico City Code by deleting Section 12-7211 from the court cost schedule so that we now become compliant again with state law not to collect these fees. And so staff recommends the council proceed with 2 readings by title only and passage of the attached ordinance, and the ordinance has been posted its required length of time.
I move for first reading Bill number 2022-55.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill number 2022-55, an ordinance amending the code of City of Mexico, Missouri, Chapter 12, Courts of Jails, Article 2, Municipal Courts, Division 2, Procedure, Section 127211 of the Mexico City Code. I move for second reading of Bill number 2022-55.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill number 2022-55, an ordinance amending the code of City of Mexico, Missouri, Chapter 12, Courts and Jails, Article 2, Municipal Courts, Division 2, Procedure, Section 127211 of the Mexico City Code. I move for passage of Bill number 2022-55.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Yes.
Miller. Briggs.
Yes.
Next item under new business resolutions, Bill number 2022-56, a resolution authorizing city manager to enter into an agreement with the Mexico Senior Nutrition Center to assist in providing services for senior citizens. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, this is our annual contract with the Mexico Senior Center for the nutrition program. And to cover the contract for the year, Roger Hayes.
Good evening, Council. The 2022-2023 budget allows for the City of Mexico to contribute to the Mexico Senior Nutrition Center the sum of $14,000 to assist in the offset of operational costs related to providing programs, activities, and nutritional lunch and services. The city has provided $14,000 annually in assistance to the Mexico Nutrition Center since fiscal year 2017 and provided prior assistance in the amount of $10,000 annually dating back to 2000. As part of the narrative presented to council, I want to make one comment here for the public, is the center between July 1 of 2021 and June 30th of 2022 served nearly 40,000 meals through the center, whether that be at the luncheon hall, curbside pickup, or homebound meal delivery. They also provide a number of other programs that are advantageous to the continued health of the community's senior citizens. Staff does recommend that the City of Council, the City of Mexico, and the Mexico Senior Nutrition Center enter into an agreement and that Council proceed with reading by title only and passage of the attached resolution. We do have with us this evening both Ian Dickel, the administrator of the center, and Alan York, president, and they have requested to have a moment to approach the podium and make comment to Council.
Okay, thank you. Ayana, you want to be first? Or Mr. York? Yeah. Oh, together, all right.
I think you all know who I am. Ione Bickel. Hi, Dolly. And this is Alan York. He's the president of our council. I want you to know that not only do I appreciate what you do for the senior center, which is a lot, but our council really recognizes and appreciates what you do too. That's why I brought Alan with me, and I have another council member, Nancy Cash, over here. And I want you to know we all appreciate it. This year is going to be a harder year than the senior center's ever had. Our budget, things have increased. While our budget went up a little bit, as far as our funding goes, the amount we have to raise went up too. So again, thank you for all that you do for us. We really do appreciate it. Right, Alan?
That's exactly right.
He seconds it, so thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I move for reading of bill number 2022-56.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes. Bill number 2022-56, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Mexico Senior Nutrition Center to assist in providing services for senior citizens. I move for passage.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item is Bill number 2022-57, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a hangar lease with Larry Dunn. Mr. Schlick.
Yes, Your Honor. The attached resolution allows us to sign this. We do have a list of interested parties that we maintain at the airport as well as at my office in regard to airport hangars. We currently have Hangar 11 that is available, and by the placement of the hangar list, it allows Larry Dunn the opportunity to accept that. The lease will be for a term of 1 year, automatic renewable at the end of the first year, with the hangar rent being $80 per month. Staff recommends the council proceed with reading by title only and passage of the attached resolution authorizing the signing of the hangar lease with Larry Dunn.
I move for first reading, or I move for reading of bill number, sorry, I missed it. What was that bill? 2022-57, my fault.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Bill number 2022-57, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a hangar lease with Larry Dunn. I move for passage of bill 2022-57.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item is the payment of the claims.
Move a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Williams.
Yes.
Hay.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Next item are comments. First, we begin with the council. Mr. Haig.
I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm glad that people turned out in support and the name change. I wish we'd see some more people at city council meetings like that, but good to see them here, but nothing other than that.
Mr. Williams.
I'm going to ditto what my fellow councilman said, and I would love it if people would show up like this for other things that really affect them on a daily basis. So.
Mrs. Briggs.
Well, I'm glad to see all the people here, and I really enjoy listening to comments, and I can see there's been some work put in collecting the petition. So I thank you all, and I think most everybody left, but in any case, it's always good to see people at council member meetings.
Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. In that same discussion, we will have the ordinance on the next council meeting that will actually let you vote to officially make the name change.
That'll be the next meeting.
That'll be the next council meeting.
Okay. And you all have already said it also. I'm going to pass. You did a fine job, and it's great to have all those people out there, as I said. This time we'll take public comments. If you would like to make a comment, please come to the podium, state your name and address, try to hold your comments to 3 minutes. We do not answer many questions. We just take your words in advisement, please.
Yeah, my name is Sherry Scoggins, and I live 921 South Olive. This is the first time I've ever been for you guys, and I do appreciate this. Yard sale signs, I know it don't sound that important, but it kind of is to me. I don't hardly ever do a yard sale, but basically, I know the ordinance, I finally found it for here. It took us forever to find the code on that. But I feel like it violates the United States Constitution.
I'm sorry, could you say what you
said? It violates the United States Constitution.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry.
The yard sale signs.
Yard sale signs.
Yeah, it was put up, the code, well, I know, see, the state constitution and Missouri Constitution, the state and the federal Constitution, they can't, override each other. But also, like in 1994, there was a case, and it had to do with that, freedom of speech. And it had to do with the placement, too. I only had 2 signs put out, and then there was something put up about remove our signs, and I had it on, where the sidewalk and on the opposite side towards the city part, which that would be taxpayers, correct? And I had 2 signs up, and everybody was notified online to take them down because of this code. And that's why I thought I should bring it to your attention, because I feel like it does, and I do have, right here, I can leave with you guys if you want to look at it and to see what that case was in 1994 over that. It went through the Supreme Court. So, and I would like for you to take a look at it and see what your opinion is of it as well.
Okay, hold on a second. I need some clarity. Okay.
It's because I'm nervous.
So I get it. So we're talking, okay. So, because I've seen yard sale signs. Okay, so you had yard sale signs that you put out.
Right, it's 2.
Okay, you put out 2 yard sale signs.
Right.
Okay. Were you told to take them down? Where's the violation? So I'm trying to figure out where this...
Yeah, it was posted, I don't hardly ever do yard sales or nothing like that, but
okay.
It was posted online with the Mexico police, and they stated that it had to come down because, that all of them had to come down, unless it was in front of your property only.
So if they were put, so per that, they were put on
The city.
City property.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so the yard sale signs that you put out were on city property, and then
It would-
they were
it
told
would
that
be.
you put it down?
Well, I'm assuming so. It was addressed to everybody, so I'm assuming
okay.
so.
Okay.
Between the Walking Street city property, it's easement,
Okay.
but is it property?
Okay, so I'm sorry, I just needed clarity of
That's
where the sign was
understandable,
and all
and I'm a little
that.
nervous.
Okay, I got you. I just wanted to make sure where, okay, I'm good now.
I
So,
assume
okay.
that taxpayers could put them on that, right there, as long as they're not like in the way or anything like that. So I don't know if I was considered by, I guess I would be by how the statute's written. The statute here is written, that advertising or business signs must be located on the same property, lot, or property as the activity, business or profession. No advertising sign shall be allowed that advertise a business or product that is not available on the same premises. But we have signs everywhere, guys. I mean, we have political signs, we have, and they're on, regular public property, just, out everywhere. So I just feel like it's a contradictory there.
So,
It ain't just public, it's like even like the Missouri Job Fair signs, you'll see them like on the, and that's fine, I don't mind what's up there. But I just thought, could you take a look at that and see what you think? I believe Mexico is a very fair town, and just see what you guys think of it as well.
We appreciate you bringing it to our attention.
And I have a couple things here, can I leave these with you to look at?
Sure, absolutely.
Because it has basically what our statute, we finally found it tonight, what it says here, because it was hard to find. And then I just got the Missouri one here, and then this is the case. So I can get it to you guys.
Just do the mayor.
But you're referring specifically to your yard sale sign, right?
Well, I think it would be everybody, because how it's written in that, I would be in violation. Anybody would be, because it wasn't on my property. It was on city property. It ain't in front of my house. It was just around the corner on the city part. So I would think that would be a violation. And I just think that needs to be looked at, because then a lot of people will be in trouble, So I really think we should take a look at that, because our First Amendment is very important to me.
I'm confused now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We don't allow yard sale signs on city we don't allow business signs, any kind of signs like that on city property or on easements in front of other property.
Correct.
Right. So I guess I'm confused. Why would yours, what's the difference? Like you said, other people weren't violated, but you're
No,
violated.
they would have been too. I mean, I don't put mine on poles or signs or nothing like that. It was just in the ground.
Well, I guess one of my questions is, you mentioned business signs. If that was okay, I mean, first of all, you don't have a business license for a yard sale.
No,
So you're not actually what I would call a business. But what if McDonald's here put a sign in everybody's yard? They'd be really upset. So there's some limitations as to what, can and can't be done. But we'd be happy
Right.
to read that and check it out.
It wasn't in their yard, though. It was
Well,
on city property.
but the person that owns that house has to maintain that yard. And if they had a whole bunch of signs, or somebody put a whole bunch of signs in the yard, you got to mow around them, pull them up, weed eat around them, there'd be some challenge there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll read this and check it out.
Okay, thank you. I do
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time.
Anyone else wish to speak? If not, I move we adjourn.
Second?
Williams?
Yes.
Hay?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes?
Briggs?
Yes.